Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing today? This is Yusuf Chowdhury, tuning in again from San Antonio, Texas. It is 6:01 p.m. Central Time. All right, so let's talk about it's one of the question I got, and I wanted to basically give more details on this question. Uh, and this question, hey, Mr. Luis, what's going on? All right, all right, all right. How you doing? So this question is pertain to mainly for folks that are in design, web development, coaches, accountant, right? This question can be applied for them. Hey, Charity, what's going on? Likewise, thank you for tuning in. What's up, Bruce? So you didn't take the rest of the day off? No, man. You know how we are. Just constantly keep working. Just give me one more minute. How about to share this? Yeah. So the question is for today. The question is, and how can I delegate or outsource to expand my business? Okay. And I want to give a little bit detail, go in a little bit in depth why the concept of delegation or outsourcing is actually beneficial for your type of business. Like, as I mentioned in the beginning, if you're in graphic design business or web development or marketing or consultation or coaches. So this is it's going to be very good for you if you understand how this thing works. Because I always love the concept and the idea of digital nomad, right? So basically, you can work from anywhere, and you take your business anywhere as well. So that's the beauty of the concept, the digital nomad. And you wouldn't be able to do that. Well, actually, if you're by yourself and you do everything by yourself, of course, you are the expert. You are the person with the skill set, and then of course you can work from anywhere. But what if you want to expand the business? What I mean by that, sometimes there's no way for you to handle, let's say, more than one clients per month if you're doing all the work by yourself. But if you have a team under you that can do at least like 50 to maybe 80% of the task, then you can still follow that concept of digital nomad, right? So the first question is like, why should we delegate, right? Why should we even outsource? I mean, I know the term might not be, people think outsource like is always in offshore, but that's not necessarily the case. And even if it was offshore, that doesn't mean it's bad either, right? So one of there's several reasons that if you delegate or if you implement outsourcing for your business, that it can actually save you time. Excuse me, save you time. It can give you access to like more resources. Okay, you cannot handle all the tasks by yourself, possibly. Delegating or outsourcing can also help you to gain, you know, basically take on more clients, right? Than a team of people working for you, for example, which means you are reducing some of the business cost, right? Things that you cannot do, they can do it on your behalf. And if you focus about this, I mean, it really gives you more time that you can do on what you do best, right? And at the same time, it actually helps you to grow. Yes, of course, you're going to kind of sacrifice your what you call it, your cost with your team. But hey, if you get more clients, then that basically adds up, right? So you don't have to be always taking everything for yourself. And at the same time, you're actually helping somebody else to make money. You know what I mean? So those are some of the reasons. Hey, Kimberly, what's going on? So those are some of the reasons why delegating or outsourcing could be good for you, right? Now, the most common complaint that I get from a lot of folks that tried this, that are like, frustrated or disappointed, or they believe it's a waste of time, or it's very painful because they just don't know how to do it correctly. Or anytime you do something, if you get into this so-called delegation or outsourcing, of course in the beginning you're going to make some mistake. It is not going to be perfect, but you're going to use those mistakes as a learning lesson, right? And those, when I speak to some businesses, like, they say, hey, I tried hiring someone or somebody or a bunch of teams and whatnot, it never worked out for me. So when I asked them, okay, what did you exactly do? And it turns out that most of them selected just one person. They focus on the cheapest price to hire somebody, right? They were hiring somebody just for part time. They didn't realize that it's just only a part time task, right? And they're not even letting go of the bad experience, okay? And not enough control on how they can train and delegate, right? So those are the common reasons that I found out that when people tell me, like, look, to build a team, to hire a team, never works for me. Those are the reasons that it didn't work, right? So where can I use, if I want to delegate these tasks? What can I use it for, right? I mean, you can use it for what is it, like, business card design, for example, or web development, legal contracts, copywriting, software or application development, ongoing projects, even having a virtual assistant, right? Customer service team, accountant, right? So these are just some of the example of how, if you can delegate or add a team on your business to kind of take a lot of work off of your shoulder, right? Because sometimes if you want to learn everything by yourself, you won't be able to, take on more clients if you want to do everything by yourself, right? I mean, I've seen these sort of mistakes and these sort of problems like for years. In fact, I was there in the beginning like that too. When I was doing everything by myself, it wasn't too easy. So, so these are some of the issues and what you can use it for. Okay. Let's see. All right. Now, so what are the proper steps to basically delegate or hire a team or outsource? I mean, if there are several websites out there. In fact, most of you, if you have LinkedIn account, guess what? LinkedIn right now has a feature. It's called Pro Finder. So you can basically look for contractors, freelancers from there too. And in the proper way to basically outsource some of your tasks, you can go to these sites like Upwork and freelancers and whatnot. You can post a message board there, or you can specifically invite some of these contractors or some of these companies or agencies by looking at the profiles and looking at the work and whatnot. So you can do it through message board, or you can just do it through inviting them, like privately, or you can just search for a specific skill set and contact them, and that's how you hire them, right? And what I would usually do, if I'm going to hire somebody, I will let them work on my personal projects to see how they're doing very well, right? My style is that if I see somebody do an awesome job, my interview with them going to be, through Skype, of course, face to face. But my question won't be a lot of it. The skill set will come later, but most of my question is mainly going to be about like why they are into it, for example, right? Because if you have to qualify them, right? So if you want to qualify them to make sure they're legit, I have to understand like why they're doing this. What's their passion, right? So if I want to qualify them, I pay. What I would suggest is that you pay attention to details, right? If you are going to hire them for a full time or a part time, right? And if you put a message on the message board, if they respond to you by mentioning your name, that means they spent time to read your message. If they didn't, they basically means it was an automatic message that they were posting it to anybody that was putting the information on the message board, right? So be careful from that. You can also look for independent contractors and agencies. Both are different. You also have to look at the how many projects they work on. For example, I would recommend maybe 30 projects or more. What about the rating? I would say 4.5 and up. Okay, and what else? Let's see. Yeah, those are the stuff that I can think about if you want to really qualify them. Okay. So there are many companies out there, as I mentioned, like Freelancer, Upwork. Hey, Charles, what's going on, my man? People per hour, Guru, even Amazon. Amazon, a Mechanical Turk. Mechanical Turk is from Amazon. ProFinder, Virtual Staff Finder, 99 Design, Online Jobs. So these are the places where you can find professionals to kind of help you, take your business to the next level. What's going on, my man? How are you doing? Okay. So that's what I want to talk about this subject, and how you can actually. And I think people should, like, if like Charles, for example. I mean, right now, correct me if I'm wrong, because right now you do everything by yourself, right? So eventually, if you're going to add additional services, you're either going to collaborate with somebody else, like myself, right? Or if you want to build your own team, then you have to add, several contractors or freelancers that can do different things, right? I tried Elementor for the first time today. It was awesome. Thank you. Right? So I recommend, like Charles, that eventually you have to build your business. What I mean by that, you cannot always think like a freelancer. You got to think like a CEO, right? So eventually you don't have to do all the work by yourself. So find the team that can do some of the mundane tasks, or if you get a lot of project coming in, and if you cannot handle it, then have somebody else do some of those work. I mean, you can pay them based on a project basis. You can pay them based on a retainer. You can pay them based on hourly. That is up to you on how to get the team that you need, right? And I recommend that to any freelancer. Like, if you have a skill set and you're doing everything by yourself, and you're providing these services and you want to expand it, one, you can either collaborate with other agencies and companies, or you can hire your own team that can do some of these tasks. I remember Sean, one of the folks that used to come to my Facebook Live. I mean, that's how amazingly he was doing everything by himself, and now he has a full team from several developers and designers, and so now he can chill a little bit and take more clientele because the team that he got, right? And it's still at the same time you will have that concept of digital nomad anyway, right? Hey, Mark, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. Okay. Now, there is an amazing book that I highly recommend. Actually, two books. Let me show you. For the most part, I do things for the most part too. Of clients have a full team on staff. Okay, one second. For the most part, I do things for the. I don't know. Okay, I lost you there. For the most part, I do things for the most part. Okay. Two of the clients have a full team on staff, but eventually I need to start finding someone. Yes, because what happened, Charles? I mean, I've been there. When I started the business, when I was doing everything by myself, eventually I got burned out. Right. So there was no way for me, if I'm gonna start taking more clients in, I wouldn't be able to do that unless if I have a team that can take care of most of the tasks. And plus, I wanted to add different services, so I had to have the expert, in the field to do those sort of works, right? But I highly recommend two books for any freelancers. Actually, let me share with you here. There we go. So this is by Chris Ducker. Highly recommend that you can go to Amazon and get a copy. Okay, basically how to work with the virtual staff, so you can, like he says, to buy more time, become more productive, and build your dream business, right? So you can get it on Amazon. So this is an awesome book I highly recommend by Chris Ducker. He's an amazing dude. Okay, the second one is by Natalie, what is it, Sesson, right? The Suitcase Entrepreneur. So I highly recommend these two books for any freelancers out there. if you are in the beginning stage of building your, whether it's a graphic, web design, or marketing, or search engine, or online ad business, I highly recommend these two books. Okay, The Virtual Freedom by Chris Ducker, amazing dude, and The Suitcase Entrepreneur by Natalie Session, an amazing lady. Okay, Chris is the master of virtual staff. You know him, right? Yes, he is. He has a company called Virtual Staff Finder, right? But right now he's focused more on the Upreneur program and personal branding. But this is one of the best book when it comes to like how to build a team, hire somebody to take a lot of your work. Because right now I'm in a position that really I don't really do a lot of work. Well, I still do the work, like I close the deals, communicate with the client and the team. But 90% of the tasks are done by my team, whether it's a web development, web design, online ads, social media, are done by them. Something that I used to do like way, way back in the day, right? So right now I'm in that position that I can take as many clients as I can, right? So yeah, I highly recommend. Just like Charity said that he's awesome. So check out Virtual Freedom and The Suitcase Entrepreneur, right? So check out those two books. I highly recommend it. And actually, I recommend a lot of business to kind of go to that direction, to be a digital nomad. Like even this place, if I'm going to move to different states or even just go back home or be out of the state, I can still run the same business, because I have the team remotely, virtually, in different states and out of state. So this makes it much easier from a business expenses point of view, from efficiency point of view, and also for you to kind of have less headache. You know what I mean? So this is what I highly recommend for a lot of folks out there, that if you want to expand, think about it. Even initially, if you don't think you're ready, just think about this, how this can actually help you to expand your business and take it to the next level. Okay? So that's all I wanted to share today about that question, how I can expand the business by outsourcing or delegating. The fact is because you're taking the time off of you and having some expert do the work for you. That way you can get more clients, and that's how you expand, right? So the more numbers you get with a quality team, then your business is going to grow, right? So that's it, folks. Any question about this topic today, or any question about anything within the digital marketing? So Charity, what's new with you? Are you doing any type of online, what do you call it, seminars or Zoom or live streaming? I know you've been doing a lot of classes with the SBDC on LinkedIn. So I guess people need to connect with you if they want to learn about LinkedIn strategies. Everybody, check out Charity. So let me know if you're still doing that with the SBDC or not. Okay, let's see some of the question here. What do you think about Fiverr? Well, I mean, Fiverr, the cool thing about Fiverr actually, it's kind of good and bad. Because for consumers, let's say for people that just want to do something cheap and quick, then Fiverr is good for them. But for a lot of businesses like in the digital sphere and whatnot, it might not be good. But even recently, Fiverr actually changed their model, and they're introducing high-end project similar to like all the other outsourcing sites. The thing with Fiverr is a little bit different. If you hire somebody to do a certain project, and if it doesn't work out or you cancel it, they're not going to return the money for you. But what you're going to do, you take that whatever you paid and find somebody else to do the work for you. So when it comes to Fiverr, I recommend readjustment of the designs, proofreaders, voiceover, what else? After Effects, but not for like off-page SEO. There's no way you can spend like $5 to do off-page SEO, right? You can do on-page for content analysis. That's about it. So you have to be a little bit careful, right? Because if you look at Upwork and freelancers, those are like super, highly what do you call it, verified. What I mean by that, those companies that let's say Upwork, for example, when they hire when they have somebody on the network, whether it's an agency, mentor me OV, how you doing? Whether it's an agency or independent contractor, they double check their background to make sure they're good. Anytime they hear like some sort of scam or excessive negative reviews, those companies like Upwork or freelancers automatically will be remove them. So that's what I like about it. Okay, I mean, so it's fine, but like I said, for consumers it might be good, but I would still look into Upwork or even a Profinder from LinkedIn itself. That's another good one. What's going on, Mentor Me OV? You got any question for today on how to delegate and how to outsource? I'm actually done talking about it. Okay. Let me know if you have any question about that subject or any other question you might have. Charles, you said you for the first time you use Elementor, you love it. And yesterday you said you closed the deal with the client. Maybe you can tell us how you did that, so you can inspire others right here. Okay, do we have any more questions? Oh, sure, let's see. I was doing that for the UTSA SBDC in-person classes. I'm finally launching my yoga business. Okay, that's awesome. I have been practicing yoga for 20 years. Amazing. And this has been my long-term goal. I will definitely reach out to you to review my website for your feedback and hire you for amping up my business. Awesome. Well, if you have the website, we can probably check it right now, but it's up to you. You can send it to me, DM me, so I can look at it and give you an awesome feedback. I delegate a lot, but I'm apprehensive about hiring video editors because I feel I have to tell them so much that I could have just done it myself. Well, if you're a video editor, that's different, and it depends what kind of editing do you need. Because if it's an After Effects animation, that's one thing, but if it's your live action, which is you took a couple of shots of yourself and what do you call it? Then you ask them how to do it. If you feel like you're wasting more time telling them, and you can have dinner by yourself, then that makes sense. Then you can just do it by yourself. Because again, the reason you're delegating is because of efficiency, right? How do I get around that? Well, the first thing is, let's see. I had a great experience with Elementor. Awesome. The first thing is, if you need, like I said, if you need a video editor, like what kind of editor? That's number one. Number two, you can show them an example of your video. That, let's say there's a video that is working very well, it's popular, so they can see it. That way they will have an idea what kind of format and style that you want, right? Then number three, you're going to send them instruction. Okay, these are the clips, and I want, let's say, different scenes and combine them and whatnot. Then you can, then they can show it to you. Then you have to approve it, right? Unfortunately, I can't do it right now. I have to jump up to prepare for my meeting. So no problem, Charity. Anytime, just let me know anytime, and I'll be more than happy to help you out and kind of look at the site and give you a lot of feedback for sure. Elementor was easy to use, and I think I'll be using it more. Yes, man. Elementor. I mean, Divi is very popular, so even Elementor is awesome. I've been recommending these two lately. So yeah, editing my lives or my recordings for my online class. We offer freelance editing. There you go. Mentor Me OV Bruce. He's a video marketing person, so you might want to check him out. Other times, I want people to take clips from my longer videos. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna hire a video editor, you have to hire a video editor that understands social media, that understand how clips work, that understand how they can take the live streaming and put it out there. Not just any video editor, right? Take care, Charity. Thank you for tuning in. 60 to 120-second clip from my longer live 60-minute. Wow, so they're going to have to watch the whole thing. So you do have to tell them what part of the clip they're going to pick, right? What part of the most important option of the video they're gonna pick. And again, this is only if you can delegate to reduce your time, not to add more time. If you end up like adding more time, then it's not going to work. That's one. And the second thing, initially, if you find a video editor who understands social media and specializes in social media, initially, you can also look how they did editing for other videos similar to yours, right? The first time, it's going to be a learning process, so they have to understand and know how it works. They cannot give you the product upfront exactly how you want it. They have to do it several times until they get the idea. Okay, this is how you want it to look like. Then in the future project, then it's going to be similar. You know what I mean? Video editor who understands social media. Yes, video editor who understands social media, because not even Bruce can tell you that. Not every video editor understands every single thing, right? The normal video editors that understand just the basic concept. When it comes to social, for example, Facebook has a specific dimension. The Facebook story and the Instagram story has a specific dimension. If they understand how that works on the mobile device, on the desktop, then you might want to find somebody like that. You know what I mean? Charles, right, I don't want to do this. I want to hire out. Okay. With this pandemic, I've been contributing value to business group on Facebook. I've answered questions and it turned out into a project. See? Awesome, Charles. It's all about giving value, right? It's all about sincerely. And I've seen some of your videos. Very good, man. The only thing I was telling you that when you do the videos, do it like this way. Okay, like this way. All right, not like that. So yeah, I'm glad that you did that. I see. I know some of my friends also know you. They're like, this guy Charles, we know him. So that's very good that you keep answering, you keep adding value, being very patient, and that kind of paid off, right? So going back to Mentor Me OEV. So the thing is, the first thing is, first you can also ask Bruce, because he does that also. You can ask him. Bruce is actually on Facebook. For the Bruce, where you at? Where you at? He got a channel called let's see. It's a Blue Sky. Let me see if I can, because I was a guest on his show today. Let me show his company. What is his YouTube? He has a YouTube channel and a Facebook as well. Let me pull his account so you can ask him a couple of questions too. Give me a second here. You're most welcome, bro. I'm glad that it worked for you. Blue Sky Video Production. So let me show you. This is his Facebook page. He has a YouTube with the same the Blue Sky PTV. That's his account right here. Okay, so if you want to get in touch with him, ask him questions, because he does that. See, I was on the show today. Yeah, so you can check him out, ask him question. Okay, I know he's on Facebook and you're on Periscope. Possibly he's not able to see you, but he did leave a comment that, hey, I do this stuff, so you can contact him if you want. Okay, ask him a couple of questions. Okay, but yeah, if you do want to hire someone, these are some of the tips that I would provide. Like I mentioned before, somebody that not just a video editor, but also understand how social works, and also understand, I mean, it's just going to take them a while, not too long, but at least to understand your type of business, what is your objective. So you have to write everything down. Like, these are my videos. These are the audience of my videos. It's a 1 hour live streaming. And the purpose of small clips is to basically redistribute the content in a certain way. These are the subjects. If you watch the whole video, look at some of these words, and also show them a sample, like something you did, and you can tell them this is how I want it to look like, and that's it. Then it has to be some sort of training involved, because just like in any companies, like when somebody work at any companies, even if you have like a degree and you graduate, every single company, every single professional company, from small companies to Fortune 500, they will always want to put you on training, right? So again, you have to think like a CEO, right? So you have to have a manual, you have to have a system in place, and you have to train the people that you hire. And don't expect them to understand everything that you are telling them because they are not in your head, right? So you have to show them, you have to simplify to them because your mindset is a little bit different, and their mindset is a little bit different. You know what I mean. So you have that's why I always talk about to a lot of what do you call it, folks that start a business or want to start a business, or folks that have a skill set in, let's say, digital or coaching or accounting and whatnot. I always tell them that you need to document what you're doing and how is it working. So if you're doing certain thing by yourself and it's working for you, let's say you do the edit by yourself, you do the videos by yourself, you can document these and show it to them, right? I mean, you can use screencastify.com to capture the videos, or you can use awesome screenshot to capture some images and explain to them. But there has to be some sort of training. If you don't train them, they're not going to do it. It doesn't matter how expert they are, because we have to understand that even when we hire somebody, like I have some of my developers, they code on the mobile device. It's crazy, right? And they're very good at coding. And but when it comes to like email communication, sometimes they misunderstand. So what I do, I call them, do like a Skype or Zoom, and explain to them so they can get it, because they're in a different mindset, right? But as soon they, let's say, been working with you for years, then it becomes natural. So now when you send the project, they understand how it's going to work. So you don't have to explain to them all the time. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's see. Yes, makes sense. Can people do this with their phones? The clips? Yeah, I mean, there's so many apps out there, like WeVideo, right? Adobe. There's so many apps that if you have the video, but the thing is, if you have like a 1 hour video, that means you're gonna save it on the mobile device. That's a lot of space, right? But you can use some of the app to make like some sort of quick videos. Document what and how you're doing it, and then train someone. Yes, absolutely. And this documentation, guess what? This documentation that you're putting together, it has a lot of benefits. First benefit for yourself, because this is your actual work. So if you start training other businesses, other people that want to start a business, you can exactly show them what you did, and not just based on talk, right? And this is like the proof in like they say that the proof is in the pudding, right? So that's number one, is good for you. Number two, you can use it to actually train a new team or anybody you're hiring. Makes sense? Because now you have a system in place, right? Because if you don't have a system in place, how do you think they're going to understand what's going on? Because it's like both of you are lost. Like you're lost, they're lost. Nobody knows what's happening, and everyone having this high expectation because they think that they have some sort of Jedi trick or mind readers. They can read your mind. No, they can't. Even though they're very good in accounting or legal stuff or designs or editing, whatnot, that doesn't mean like they're always going to do exactly what you want if you don't train them, if you don't tell them exactly what they're supposed to do and how they can do it. And of course, when you hire them, you have to look at some of their work, some of their projects, right? And that's it. Go ahead from there. Initially, like I said, a lot of time when people go to look for different teams or to delegate or outsource, initially it's not going to be perfect, right? Even me, when I started this back in 2006 and 2007, whatnot, I mean, I went through a lot of mistakes. I mean, I lost a lot of money too, right? But luckily right now I have a team since, almost like since 2006. There are some that didn't last, but most of them stayed even till now, right? But I went through a lot of trials and errors and mistakes. But at the end of the day, I realized most of the mistake wasn't theirs. It was actually mine, because I used to tell them to do a certain project from my perspective. But even then, I wasn't explaining it enough, or I wasn't explaining according to their understanding. You know what I mean? So that's why documentation is very important, right? It can help you. It can help you to train others, and also you can use it as a material. You know what? You can also use that documentation to put it on your training course, or you can even write a book about it, right? Like how this strategy and the system that you did it over the years, how it helped you, right? So that's very important. Let's see. So what about, can they screen record the clips and then edit? Yeah, they can, but the quality might not be that good though, right? The quality might not be that good. I mean, you can ask them. I mean, what you need to do is that, again, you show them one of the good videos that you already have. That's how you want to do it. And you have to ask them, like, how can you do it? Let's say I don't have the original copy of the video. Can they download it? If your video is on YouTube, for example, they can use a software called 4K download. Have you heard of that software? Let me show you. Do you have your own video? Yeah, I have my own team that does video editing, but mostly we do like After Effects animation type of videos for ads and promotion, that kind of stuff. If client has like actual live action clips, we can also use that to edit it. But check out this amazing tool right here. It's kind of freaky, but it's cool. All right, let me show you. This tool right here, 4kdownload.com. It's a software application. You can download any videos from YouTube, any video sites, Vimeo or SoundCloud to your local machine. Isn't that crazy? So check it out and get it because it's still free. When this becomes like super popular, I'm sure they're gonna start charging. So that's one way. If you don't want to send it to them, because to send a video, that means you have to upload it to the Google Drive or Dropbox, and for them to download. I mean, one option is that if you have the video on YouTube, they can just download it using this application, or you can just upload your videos directly to storage site and share it with them. So there you go. 4K download. Yeah. So when did you hire somebody to edit your videos? So when did you hire more than one person or just only one? Okay, thanks. Just okay. Check it out and see if you can use it on any videos and see if it works. Right. So when did you hire and where did you hire them from? And there's another place called internships.com, Fiverr. Yeah, okay. Lauren in the house. What's going on? Yeah, from Fiverr. Like I said, Fiverr. I mean, look, the price is cheap. That's why you're not gonna get a great quality. Of course, if you hire somebody from ProFinder or Upwork, it's gonna be a little bit pricey, but they know what they do. What if your outsource help costs as much as you? Okay, what if your outsource help cost as much as you do? You just double the price. Lauren, like let's say, and that's what I have because a lot of my cost is actually like 50 to 40%, 40% to 50%. So if I charge a client a $5,000 project, then half of that goes to my team, right? So sometimes you can up your price because you want to make sure that your team get paid, right? So if you're offering a service, let's say, Lauren, you are doing Google and Bing advertising management, right? So if you charge 25% of the ad fee and you hire somebody and they charge either a flat fee or let's say 10%, then you can just add 35%. Make sense? So you are changing your price structure based on the team that you have or the contact that you are what do you call it, hiring, right? Because you still have to make money. Makes sense? At least you have to make more than what do you call it, like 50% at least more. Make sense? So you have to make if you're charging web development for $3,000 and let's say you hire a team that does it for two, now you have to charge 5 or 6. Hey, to make extra cash is not a problem, right? So that's how you do it. Let's see, yeah, and just haven't been pleased, yeah, because that's the thing with Fiverr. I mean, no offense, I mean it's a place with a lot of cheap. That's why one of the like I said in the beginning, I don't know if you were here when I was talking about delegate and the most common mistake or frustration is because they were cheap, the quality is not that good, right? But my videos are not for sale; they're to create content or to promote. But what if it prices me out of my industry? That's a good question. My niche I'm serving. Well, when it comes to digital. The good thing for the digital marketing, there is no price standard. What I mean by that, you can hire a company that will build a site for like 60 grand, and you can hire another company that can build it for five. Right? There's no standard. Right? Some people use hourly based on experience. Some people use a full retainer price. So the different structures are really up to you, right? And that's one thing. And secondly, it's up to your client to basically hire you. You know what I mean? So when it comes to digital, I mean, I didn't have any set price. I mean, when I started, it was like 100, 1,000, 2,000. And now I don't charge less than 5 grand to build a site, right? Anywhere from 5 to 20, 30, and so forth, right? But I progressed and moved on based on quality, based on, limiting my clientele. Because from my experience, for more than a decade, an educated client will stick with you, who understand how digital things work, and they will actually pay you more versus client that doesn't understand how marketing works, don't even want to learn. You know what I mean? This is why I was using Fiverr, but I got frustrated and just went back to doing them myself. I currently use Clipchamp to edit the video for my online course, and it's very slow. $19 a month. Clipchamp. I never heard of that. Clipchamp. Have you looked into We Video, or I don't know about Adobe Spark? Maybe Adobe Spark will have that option. Okay. Let's see. So if you take that Lawrence question back, let's assume that there's a set price for a specific industry. Then you have to engage with the team that you're going to hire, right? Whether they're going to share 50% of the profit, or if you're going to do it on a project base, on an hourly base. But it's still, you are in charge of the price, and you just have to find that client that will really pay you. I currently use Clips. Okay, I'm on an internships.com right now. Looks like it's for those looking for internships. Good question. Yes, because some student, in fact, if you look at my YouTube videos, back in, I don't know, was it 2014? I have the optimization guy YouTube videos. Those videos were edited by student because they want a credit for the school. So if you hire somebody to do some work, and after they're done, you can just write a letter to the teacher. Oh, he or she did an awesome job, and they'll do it for the credit. So that's what the internship is for. And the cool thing about internship, it looks at your local universities and colleges, and you can see what kind of internship program that some of these students want. Like you can find somebody who's a video editor or in social media. And of course, if you want to pay them, you can, but most of them don't care whether you pay them or not. They just want to do it for that internship so they can pass their college degree and whatnot. Adobe Spark has an option to create videos. It's limited, but you can get very creative with it. That's what Charles said. Now, part of the delegation, another option is, let's say you don't feel comfortable, you're tired, and you want to build your business. You can collaborate with other companies. Like I have some other contractors and agencies that they hire me, like my company, so we can do all the work. That way, they don't have to do the hustle and struggle. So they just hire me, and I'll do all the work. And of course, they charge. I give them my price, and they double or triple their prices with their clients, right? I thought WeVideo was to transfer large videos from your phone. Yes, that's what it was. WeVideo, you're right. That's what it was. But there was another one. Mary Smith was talking about it. Which one? Do you remember that, Charles? Because there was one that Mary Smith was talking about it. You're right. WeVideo is for like transferring large file, but you can also edit within WeVideo, right? Not just a transfer. So the thing about WeVideo is that you can have the video on the cloud, and the editor can basically edit it on the cloud itself. But there was another one that Mary Smith was talking about in terms of editing. Let's see. What was it? She was recommending a couple of them. I had to find out which app was it, because she gets a lot of reviews and she tests them, and Oh, Wave, right? Is it Wave? Wave.video. You can check that one out. Wave.video. Think brain think. There you go. Let's see. This is another one. They can repurpose videos for every channel. Sign up for free. It's meant for social media too. So maybe you want to check this. And again, if you hire a video editor, make sure that person is not just a video editor, but a person that also understands social media marketing. Okay. So there you go. You can do basic cuts on videos after uploading to YouTube. Yes, YouTube also has basic editing feature. So video editor, video hosting. Wow, they also host videos. Nice. Interesting. They even have an affiliate program. Maybe I should sign with an affiliate program. And before you buy this, mentor me OAV. Let me know so I can give you my link. And if you ended up like paying for them or using the monthly uh, service, I will get like 20% commission. This is like, was it yesterday? Or was that last week when I talked about affiliate marketing? Okay. So how do I post for that? Video editor good with Facebook Live and social media content, maybe something like that. Yeah, I mean, give it a test. I mean, you can try for free and see how it works. I personally haven't tried it, but Mary Smith highly spoke about it several times, and she even did a couple of clips. And you know, Mary Smith does a lot of live streaming too. Okay, whenever you're ready, right now, try the free one. Right, try the free one and see if it works for you. And once you're ready, just let me know. Then I'm gonna have to, create the affiliate link, then send it to you. I would appreciate it. Okay, but first try it because you don't want to end up paying for it and it's not what you're looking for. You know what I mean? So first test it, and if you're comfortable with it and you like it, then let me know. Okay. All right. Excuse me. All right. So what else we have for today? It is 6:49 p.m. Central Time. You're most welcome. Do we have any more questions for today? Do we have any more questions? For those that came late, don't forget to go back. The first 20 minutes, I extensively talked about the benefit of delegating and outsourcing. I talked about the common mistakes and how to actually find a good team. But mostly wasn't with Fiverr, but it was with every other outsourcing platform like Upwork, Freelancer, Guru. Those are the one that follow the same standard in terms of like finding the right team. And Amazon also has a mechanical trunk or Turk. That's another one that you can find a good contractors. Ali wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I'm doing great. How about yourself? How are you, my man? I'm almost about to bounce. What time is it there, man? Ali, what time is it there? Let me see what time because it looks like probably too early in the morning, or is it too early in the morning? Oh yeah, it's like close to 5 a.m. You ready for Fajr? Okay, I'll wait for one more minute. If there's no more question, I'll bounce. Yeah, there you go. 4:50, close to good. Let me see if there's any more question. I'll wait for a minute. If not, then I'll definitely get back with you guys tomorrow. And if y'all have any more questions, as usual, comment below or send it to my DM, and I will get back with you guys tomorrow. Don't forget, if you found a value in offer already, alhamdulillah. If you found value by watching this live streaming, go ahead and share this or invite your colleagues or share this. I'd highly appreciate it. Okay, looks like okay. As always, this was helpful, especially the part about the training. Glad to hear that. Yes, if you have more question, let me know. And don't forget those two books that I recommended. I don't know if you were here. I recommended two books. One from Chris Ducker. It's called The Virtual Freedom. And the second one, The Suitcase Entrepreneur by Natalie Sesson, right? Those are very, very good book. It will teach you how to find the right team and how to take your business to the next level by having a team to do most of your tasks. Okay? Or if you don't want to build a team, but you want to free up your time so you can focus on the business and expand the business the way you want it, it's a very good book. All my people know about you. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, thank you so much. And I'll definitely see you guys tomorrow at 6. And y'all have a good evening. Bye bye for now.